Hi, good afternoon. My name is Norma Adrian. I'm from Faith Harmony, Region 3.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Ventress White. I am from Civil Housing Scheme, Region 4.
My name is Margaret John. I'm from Region 8, Madio.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Susan Collymore from Red Tribe. I'm living in Georgetown, Region 4.
Hi, my name is Shirley. I'm from Bartica, Region 7, Cayuni Mazruni.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Marissa and I'm from Region 4.
My name is Joy. I was born in Barbies, grew up in Linden, and I'm living in Georgetown, Region 4.
My name is Halima Khan. I'm from Tushin, East Bank, and Sikora, and a member of Red Thread.
I am Mai from Region 4. She's Mahalia from Region 4.
Lovely.
Mahalia from Region 4.
We are great ready dancers. We are about how much money Guyana is getting from this oil. We are seeing on the news all about the new hotels, the renovation of schools, new roads, and so forth. And the government even announced that the biggest budget ever of $800 billion. But when we look at our household budgets, we see none of this trickling down to us. Not in nothing at all. None where. I don't see any changes in any grassroots women budgets. We still struggling. We need answers to that as to know where this money is going, who getting it, who profiting from it as it look like. Poor people ain't getting none of this. We keep getting poorer and the rich keep getting richer. And what was so amazing, I went to the market about a week back, and I'm a lover of mangoes. So I see they had 6 mangoes in a parcel. So I asked the girl how much are the mango. She tell me 2,000 for 6 mangoes. My God. I had to wipe my face because I didn't believe I hearing right. So I asked her again, you sure you get the price right? And the girl who sell the mango bust out a big laugh herself. It's amazing. I'm 58, 59, and in all my life I never see mango sell so expensive.
The cost of living in Madia is very high. For example, milk, $740. Oil, the 1 liter is 800. A pound sugar is 280 a pound. Kero, $180. Reason being why the cost of living is very high because of the transportation. Transportation is very high from Georgetown to Madia.
The cost of living. We all know that things are going up and down, up and down. Last week when I was in the market, um, Bora, let me see, about 20 something in a bundle for $600. Pumpkin, a pound for $400. Cabbage, $600 a pound. Okra, $460 a pound. Onion, $260 a pound. Garlic, $400 a pound.
Well, I buy this milk. I don't even know the milk name. Some Amazon. I don't know. I never see this milk before. I buy it and I pay like $600 for it. I didn't frightened to use it, but See that me, baby, like it. Greens. Greens is Mr. Greens. I can't smell as I cook greens. It's very hard. Cost of living is very hard. Can't.
Imagine to get out from where, even as far as 5 miles, some people have to pay like $3,000. You have to pay transportation, then you have to buy all these things. Some people may have their vehicle just because of the road not being in a good condition. Imagine we have all the resources in Bartico, right? In, you gotta say, Kairi Mazruni. We have the sandpit. We have also the quarry, which in that you know, we get all the stone and everything. And every day when you look out, or if you're traveling, you can see big shipment on these big pontoon going out with all these stone. Where it's going to, I don't know.
I don't have the little shop that I used to run no more. The cost of living was high, but not this high. And what was amazing that people used to come to my shop for a dab of nut butter, a dab of nut butter on the tennis roll, a half ounce of cheese, and then to put snack in the chair lunch kit. And I was amazed because I don't know how to sell a half ounce cheese. So I used to lose because in my mind I can't give them this little piece of thing. I know they got children. So if it was hard then, what about now?
I spoke to some fishermen. It's very hard now for them to mind the family because for the want of catching fish. They're not getting enough fish to clear their expense, and they have to make 3 drops. And the 3 drops they cannot compensate of the gas they got to use, the time they have to spend on the sea.
It's really hard now because you can't go fishing in Suriname water. You can't go Venezuela. Not even around the where the Exxon there, around the gas. Where they're digging for this, drilling for the oil. So it's really hard now. And we had plenty of people is coming to Parfait to sell fish. Now nobody comes now. If you want a piece of fish, you got to go to the wharf in Meadowbank.
Also, they have the mud now. The mud is coming up on the seashore. So like that, they have to move to other grounds. The fish that they're finding on the seashore, Nakashore, is the Bangameri, Paku, the Kuras, small trout, and many others. So that is the fish that they find on the seashore, and the ones that float up, that would come out of the seashore, the dead fishes.
A period of time you used to see fish in Tushan plenty. Plenty. Sometimes I scarf my nose to pass. Now, yet even see the scale, much less the fish. Fish, if you go down like Lenora and Windsor Forest, you would get back, and that is very, very expensive.
So you don't get fish in Parfait anymore.
As it relates to the cash grant, there was no discussion among citizens. The way the government is behaving with this money is as though it's their money and they're doing us a favor. This is taxpayers' money, and I think we should have a say as to how our money is being spent.
Some of the parents that I may have talked with or had conversation with is like they're very much thankful for the little that they're getting because we don't always get nothing. So if we get a little money from the government, we could deal with it and it can help us. But we're glad for it.
The cash grant that they give the school children, everything they raise in the market because I used to pay £1 $700 for the grade 1 student. Is my grandson, and now is $900. And same thing goes to the short. Was $700. He raised to $900. Just pay one pair of socks $100. Now it's 3 pair for $500. Oh, don't talk about the school bag. If you ain't got 5,000 over, you can't get the school bag you want for the child because they got the one that sell for 2,500. By the time the child meet the school, it in parts. The cap that he just buy one for 1,000. Now it's $2,500. This little cash grant I give you, everybody, every store you think about, everybody who have a stand selling something concerning school, they raise it.
I have one child who was able to benefit from the cash grant initiative, but after I shopped nearly half of the things that he needs, the money was finished. No one can say no to the cash grant, but how things are tight right now with the cost of living and everything, everyone is glad for it. But the saying goes, if you give a man a fish for one day, you give him meal for a day. But if you teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that we're not interested in handouts. Every time you can give handouts, that's what you plan to do with this country. Just give handouts. If you take the interest of poor people first, you will need to give handouts every minute, every time is a handout, and it isn't lasting. If you create a fixed economy and you put better things in place for poor people, low working class people, people who live day to day, paycheck to paycheck, you know, things could be way better than just a cash grant once in a year, cash grant that could barely do anything for anybody.
As I said, the rich is getting richer because I don't know where these things are going. But this is not now. Our roads are in a bad state. Not now. Imagine we have all this stuff there and nothing is really happening. We as grassroots women, we need to get out there and say something.
They coming to us in this country is like you have a mango tree in your backyard and you don't have the resources to utilize these mango. And so you hire somebody to come and pick it for you. And so they come, they pick all your mangoes, they uproot the trees, everything, they cut the branches and everything. They take majority of the mangoes, they give you 2 bags or less than half, and then they're gone. And now you have no mango tree, you have a whole heap of mess, and you barely have some mangoes for yourself, and you still have to clean up. And this is what it feels like to us as grassroots people.
We gotta brace ourselves and know what is really, how much damage this will cause. For me, I'm scared because I can remember in 1995, their livestock start dying, like the chicken, because they remember they got to use the water to give the chicken. People plants start dying out. People start getting when they bathe in the riverside, like rash on the skin. Then they realize that something is happening. That oh my, I have a cyanide spill.
So one afternoon, when I was coming home, I decided to ask this bus driver, it's a man driver, we know about the arm. I know that you don't go in the market, but were you thinking about the arm? The cost of living in Guyana. I said, oh my gosh, don't talk about that because I give me wife one start the money and when she come back, the thing we should buy, I was so surprised. So I said, man, we know about the island gas. He said, oh, me even know nothing about it. Because all I didn't see, it got a headline in the paper, but Guyana producing island gas and he know nothing about it. So I said, man, what you think about the drilling for oil? What you think gonna happen? Because we just get high tide. Sometimes the water just lash over the river. We just get high tide. What you think gonna happen? So man, there's something you give me to think about now because when we get salt water from the river it come over, we can't plant, but much less when. But he said, but tell me, there's used chemical, forget this oil, when it is used, when it is dump these things, I said, don't dump anything back in the river. So he said, wait for you tell me something. So when the water coming over the river top and it lamp on the land, they're going to suck down in the land. So what's going to happen to people? People on can't plant greens, people on can't plant rice, what's going to happen to me? we ain't gonna get nothing because they're putting so much thing in the paper different. You can't understand. They got it in their own language, so you can't understand. He said, me went to secondary school, so it is hard for me to understand what they're writing in the newspaper.
Some of the challenges that we face as grassroots people is that in Guyana we have the issue of political interference, and we also have the issue of race. In terms of party politics, once you raise an issue about something or you speak out against something, you're deemed as against the government. The opposition would want to join with you to speak out because it's against the government. So they would look to seize the opportunity to join with you. Not, in my opinion, that they have any vested interest, but it's more of a way of bashing the government. And our organizing is to say exactly what is wrong, and we're not going to take sides. So we have to guard against, even though we want people to come on board and to support and to build this campaign, we have to guard against people jumping on it just for the opportunity that will serve their own interests and not the interests of the population. The government at the moment is throwing around money, like it's their own. So they throw it, they want to give. It's like bribing people. So they're going to ask us, look, we getting this from the government. So will you come in with? Will you give it to us? They ain't concerned about that. They're concerned about we're in need, and little is much when you don't have any.
It's very hard to get through to persons and making them understand. And because of what the government is telling the people that we have oil, we have gas, we have money, and we can give you how much and this and all these things. The people now is one mentality they have is that I don't care about the oil or what they're doing to get the oil, but once we getting the money, and that is good enough for we.
People are being grateful for the little pittance that they're receiving because they don't have. And in some cases, a lot of people, even though they see things that are happening that will negatively affect them, they're not in agreement with it. They're very fearful of speaking out because they fear that they would be penalized for speaking out against it. So they would prefer to just stay quiet and be able to collect the little pittance that they're getting.
When I joined the village council for the first time, my tusho told me that you got to be strong in this because people are going to tell you things to hurt you, but you got to put on the bush cow skin so that nothing what other people said can't affect you. So red thread, we need to be strong. We need to put on the bush cow skin, and we got to fight against things so we cannot be hurt.
Yeah. Whoa. All right. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. All right. Listen now. Great rains have fallen on many nations. Yeah. Famines and droughts we've been through. For centuries, lives have been lost by the millions, yeah. And today, the only difference is you. Only you, man of yesterday and tomorrow. You woman of creation, where is your word? Open your eyes up and give the earth a chance to smile again. Yeah. And in the moon